Uniform Sierra Roger, the city tour over Sun and then 1,600 feet now. 4,000. 135-1.
Yellowknife, 400 kilometers south of the Arctic Circle and the capital of the Northwest Territories. A Canadian region first pioneered by daring aviators back in 1921. A history celebrated at the Midnight Sun Fly-In.
Okay, we start. Well, my name is Wolfgang, that's my wife Bridget. We are coming from Germany, and every year we come here to Canada for flying. My float plane is a Cessna 185.
I'm Murray and this is Martin. We came from Auckland, New Zealand. We flew in a 777, then hopped into a Beaver and flew up to Nimpo Lake. And from there we tracked our way up here to Yellowknife.
My name is Doug Dubry. I'm from Flin Flon, Manitoba. This is my traveling buddy Dan. I don't know his last name because I can't pronounce it or spell it. We just love it up here.
We came in Doug's Cessna 180.
I'm Bill Zerker and been coming to Yellowknife from Portland, Oregon the last 20 years. Been flying up in a Cessna 185 and having the time of my life.
I'm Sarah Cameron. I live in Whitehorse, originally from Colorado, and my husband and I flew our Cessna 180 on ETA 2960s to see the flying.
Hi, I'm Ted Millar. This is my wife Michelle. We're from Henderson, Nevada. We came up in our Beaver 1956 Beaver Amphib.
Howdy, name's Jim Nelson. We fly a Cessna 180H out of West Hawk Lake, Manitoba, and that little baby, she hauls ass.
And so they came. 40 pilots in their single-engine planes flew north to an aviation event that started decades ago.
Started in 1994. Someone suggested that we should have an event in Yellowknife, and we decided that it would be great if it was an aviation event. And what about a float plane fly-in? Okay, well, could we do it? And so I was president of Northern Frontier Visitors Association. I called in Roger Zaruski, Mike Stevens, Mike Pirro, and Jeff Rocher, and myself. And I said, I have one question. Can we do a fly-in? Yes.
1, 2, 3, 4.
In 1968, Yvonne became a permanent resident of Yellowknife. The community was only 34 years old, and yet it had come a long way. 1944, Canadian Pacific Airlines built an airport, adding 2 new gravel runways to the original strip in 1946. But being the hub of the territories, increased air traffic necessitated the building of a modern facility. So in 1963, a new terminal was constructed, adding a new tower by 1972, making it one of the most challenging places to work for air traffic control.
The apron monitor ground 21-9 off, good day.
Our business is Omnicare. We're based out of Yellowknife, Northwest Territories. We operate float-equipped and ski-equipped aircraft. We mostly use de Havilland Beavers to service the area around Yellowknife. 60 miles is our average trip length, but we take canoes and campers and geologists and all sorts of people out to further regions as well, just depending on where the individual wants to go and what the mission is. We also do some work for the Ministry of Resources here in the Northwest Territories, which is the ENR. We do a bit of smoke patrol for them when that's required, and we also help them move ground crews between the fires. We've shared our dockage with Midnight Sun Fly-In, and we've helped support the barbecue by offering up a couple of aircraft and flying guests and equipment out to picnic sites, and being able to supply fuel to the visitors from away.
Modern engines, GPS, and control towers made exploring the North a lot easier. But back in 1921, Fullerton and Gorman would risk their lives venturing into what was once uncharted territory. 1927, the Hudson Strait would be mapped by 6 Canadian Air Force pilots, aided by Inuit hunters if a craft went down on the ice. Punch Dickens would be the first to fly along the Arctic coast, the first to fly over the subarctic plains, and the first to fly the full length of the Mackenzie River back in 1929. And Walt May's company would be the first to deliver official mail to northern residents, and he himself famous for his 1932 role in the hunt for the Mad Trapper.
And now we're in the middle of nowhere for lunch, and they asked me if I wanted to come over. As a matter of fact, I'm here as a volunteer, and I'm even a member of the association now, but I came all the way from New Brunswick. And I mainly help at the dock, so I'm a dock hand. Well, it's a great experience meeting fantastic people from all over Canada, as a matter of fact, and with this interest in common of flying, the passion of flying, especially float planes. I just got my license for flying, so yeah, I'm pretty excited. It's way over beyond my expectations, really. It's so beautiful here, and people are so welcoming too. And just to be able to talk planes all day and play around, even if it's just walking around in the water, you know, around the planes is fantastic. So I'm so happy to be here.
Peaceful, reflective, speckled with hand-built cabins, the North has become a land much loved for its untamed and stunning wilderness. And it was the airplane that made it a lot easier to get there, to hunt, to fish, to prospect, or just to visit with family.
Well, the Midnight Sun float fly-in, it's kind of a once-in-a-lifetime adventure to come up here for it. And because I'm on floats and there's all these float planes, I thought I'd come up. And on top of that, my oldest daughter and 2 of my grandkids live here in Yellowknife, so it's a great opportunity to see them as well. Well, I flew here. I came up through basically northern Ontario, across through Thompson, Manitoba, northern Saskatchewan. My last stop was Uranium City, Saskatchewan, and then from Uranium City to here. It took me 5 days total time to get here, 27 hours of flying time, so it's a long time to be sitting in a seat by yourself. I've had the plane 5 years now. It's an experimental Super Cub. I didn't build it, someone else built it, and I bought it from them. And I've been flying it on floats and on wheels for the last 5 years.
Super Cub replicas based on the Piper aircraft designed 1937. Fokker Super Universal, first plane to fly over the Barren Lands, 1928. The Leica pacemaker delivered the first official mail, 1930s. 1930s de Havilland Fox moths displayed at the Yellowknife Museum. And the Wardair Bristol Freighter, the first wheeled plane to land at the North Pole in 1967. So many unique aircrafts, piloted by brave men and women, have challenged the northern skies and made history.
I came up with the Twin Otter. We're from Viking Air, and Viking Air supports general aviation in Canada and the US and all over the world. And Yellowknife is supporting the Midnight Sun fly-in this weekend, and we're here for that. And we're here to celebrate with the people of Yellowknife, and we're here to give scenic flights for people that are interested. And yeah, just enjoying the celebrations and festivities. The Twin Otter started being built in the 60s, and they stopped manufacturing in the 80s, and Viking Air started manufacturing again, I believe in 2010. And since 2010, this is the 100th.
1950, with his single-engine Otter, Max Ward would revolutionize the North. Starting with one floatplane, Wardair would become Canada's third largest airline by 1962. And the Midnight Sun Fly-In takes place at that very same dock where Max Ward got his start. Nestled in the Back Bay of the Great Slave Lake, just below Bush Pilot's Monument.
In the north, we still call the pilots of small planes bush pilots. Every second year, there's a float plane fly-in held in Yellowknife where, as part of the proceedings, a partial list of those now deceased who flew small planes in the north is read out. You know, these aren't just names. There were neighbors. There were people we knew. They were part of the town, very much part of the town.
Daring aviators open the north to trade, travel, homeland security, and even TV shows.
You know, Icebelt gave people a window into an aviation they don't necessarily see. A lot of people fly every day, but you know, jumping on a modern airplane is basically going to the doctor's office. Like, it's just so mechanical. So people got to see aviation on the outskirts. Like, I wouldn't say Buffalo Airways is a good representation of what aviation is like, but it's definitely what we do. The mining up here in the Northwest Territories is kind of odd because there's so much diversity in mining. There's uranium, there's nickel, there's gold, there's rare earth, diamonds, and everything. Like, pretty much every year it's almost like some other mineral everyone's chasing. So what Buffalo does is we go in and help build the mine. So it's, you know, the short runways, the dirty loads, and just the roughneck ways. So we got the fire contract in 1995, and what that was 4 CL-215 water bombers, like the one behind us. And then we started with DC-4s, there's 2 air tankers. And now it's evolved, now we use 2 Lockheed Electras as the air tankers, and they retired the 215s this year, and now we're using 802s, which is a Fireboss single engine air tanker. So Yellowknife is, you know, really the hub of the north when it comes to aviation. And every other year we have a float plane flying, which is amazing. So people come from all over Canada, even through the States too, come up to Yellowknife and kind of relive the old school bush days, because float planes are almost a dying breed up here. So it's always good to look back at how aviation used to be. If you can pick one weekend to be in Yellowknife, it's definitely a float plane flying weekend. It's one of my favorites.
We had a super one this year. Very pleased. Very, very pleased.
Weather was great.
Perfect. Absolutely perfect.
Northern aviation, important to Canada's north today as it was almost 100 years ago.
When I get up in the air, I think, oh my God, we're really in the air and really flying. And you can see below you and see everything. It's still as amazing to me as it was when I learned to fly.